How does it feel to be a champion?
Good.
Have you ever been a champion before?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have? Lucky. I've never been a champion.
Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. Jackson, buddy, taking home the win here. Champion for the Trans Am National.
Year's been pretty up and down as it is, but these last few weeks have been really fast. Is it a big confidence boost for you to go out there and just put down good laps when you can?
Yeah, I mean, Santa Clara was a good one. I felt better as the day went on. We switched back to Spring Forks, and it was going pretty good. I was finally halfway decent from like Daytona, but yeah, the year has been mostly downs pretty much, and then Santa Clara was definitely an up. So last weekend was, it felt better, but then I ended up messing up my ankle in this weird crash. I got cross-rutted. Everybody seemed like they got cross-rutted last weekend in practice, so that was a bummer. But yeah, looking for St. Louis. Last time I won was here in St. Louis, so I always got good memories here, and kind of like to start doing a little bit better this weekend.
Hey, did you crash at the end of that rhythm lane?
Yeah. I went like double, triple on that table and just cross-rutted and jumped off into the hay bales. I mean, that was weird. I don't think I've ever seen so many of us top guys and pros just crashing everywhere. I mean, you couldn't even roll around the racetrack without falling over. It was pretty gnarly. So, yeah, I went down and jacked my ankle up and didn't think it was that bad. And then I kept riding the rest of the day, and it just got worse and worse. And yeah, it just sucks.
In that downtime, like from Daytona, were you able to do any kind of training? I mean, didn't get to ride until pretty late, but
yeah,
you probably couldn't even really sit down.
No, I was pretty beat up. I mean, I couldn't do anything. Yeah, I mean, the simplest things like getting up out of the bed was hurting. So it took me about 2 weeks to really kind of, before I even got on a motorcycle and even start moving forward. And then I would start riding, and I'll be able to ride one day and not ride for 2 days afterwards, because of that. So it's just the weirdest thing this year. It's like, it was hard to get racing laps in, but then at the same time, it was just hard to get laps in, period, from the concussion to Daytona and now, with this thing. So, yeah, I just got to keep fighting. I just want to get through these next few races and get outside and kind of start over fresh.
Hey, with the concussion thing, I mean, something that we've always had in this sport, everybody that rides has hit their head at some point. In the last few years, though, I think every sport's realized one hit to the head can lead to lifelong impacts. Did you go through a lot of medical stuff on this one, maybe more than in the past, just because there's so much more news and information out there now?
Yeah, I mean, I think the difference is, now, with concussions, people can't just tell you, well, suck it up, because, you don't have a bone popping out or something that's obvious. And, I think in the past, it's, fortunate for me, every time I had a concussion, I've had three major ones. My career, I was always out, for a few weeks. So never had a concussion and tried racing the next weekend. And obviously, I just couldn't do it. And I think with the day and age of knowing what the symptoms are and kind of listening to your body and kind of seeing those, that's the biggest difference now. So, yeah, I mean, there's nothing to play around with, broken bones heals. But, with a head injury, it could take, a couple weeks to a year, 2 years. And that's what I kind of found out.
Yeah. In the time that you come back, I mean, with all this stuff, do you feel like you've not really lost a tick of speed? Like that Instagram video you showed was really good. Santa Clara, like the amount of ground that you gained in the whoops each time was good. And then in Indy, I mean, even after the crash, we're not turned in a good lap, and then, we're too sore. Yeah,
I just think, like, for me, it's more kind of the confidence thing. I just haven't done it in a while, so I just remember even in Santa Clara, I was passing guys and been like, oh, like this feels like normal, like this is what it was. And I think for sure being off that year hurt me as far as like racing wise, but I know there's still flashes of the talent I have, and when I'm at home being able to do stuff. It's just about getting out here and doing it consistently, and I think when I'm not out here racing, it's hard to do that. It's hard to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And so, that's what I've been trying to fight on this year. And even the few laps I have, I can still see it's there. But it just I got to get it done.
Yeah. Not racing for a while, is there more, like when it becomes routine and you do it every Saturday for 9 months or something like that, when you go from a break, is it hard to find that routine again of like, okay, hey, I got to get ready to go now, and then when the main event comes, I can't be, nervous or let excitement get a hold of me?
Yeah, well, I mean, for sure, when I was off, I mean, basically for Supercross, I was off almost 20 months between the last Supercross race and, A1. So I for sure, you got back in the routine. The training and all that none of that wasn't the issue. It was just, get back and being around people. Because even if I practice at my house, most people I have with is, 2 or 3 people. So you start lining up, 22 of us on the gate, 21 other riders, it becomes a lot. So just that, and then, expectations of coming back, wanting something so bad, and, just things happen. So, that's why I'm still here. I feel like I still want it. Otherwise, I probably would have given up a long time ago. But, I know it's going to click. I know I still have it. It's just I feel like when it does, it'll be good.
Little beat up coming off last weekend, but the plan is to race on Saturday. Just kind of taking it easy today. How do you feel going into this weekend? Just kind of got to let this rest up a bit?
Yeah, no, I got a fractured my ankle last weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's why I'm not riding today. And again, it's just one of those things that, I mean, it's nothing I can really do about it. I feel like at this point I just need a race. And so I'm gonna just kind of do what I need to do to, salvage and get through the weekend. But it's just a bummer because, like I said, when I did it last week, at first, it hurt, but it wasn't like that bad. And just as I kept riding, it just got worse and worse. So, I think, now I kind of know what's going on, and I had a foot boot on all week, and just try to just take it easy and just race and just kind of get back into it. So I'm just trying to do everything to prepare for going outside in a couple months. About a month.
You guys have already started testing on that. Heard you were ripping around the high desert tracks and everything. How has that prep been on for outdoors, and especially to have a guy like Blake to run against too?
Yeah, no, it was good to, when we started testing outdoors, just to be back into it, and I haven't rode outdoors for a while, so just the speed in general of outdoor track helped me and helps. So it was weird going from the high desert to Indy, where it was like a trail riding spot. That was a little bit different. That was at first practice, I was rushing in all the corners and stuff. So it's been good. Definitely having Blake. His home track, his comp edge. So that's where we were. So obviously he was a good test to go up against, and all was good there. So. I think, again, as we always do, you get to the first race and you have to find out what your weaknesses are, but, just to kind of be able to get into it, and we just need a new start at this point, and it should be fun.
Cool. Hey, one thing that I think needs to come from your mouth directly, there's one more year left on the Yosh deal. Everybody thinks that, like, oh yeah, I mean, his contract's up and stuff, but, I mean, this runs through 17, if not a little bit longer, right?
Yeah, the crazy part is like, I think everybody wants to, we all want to win, the whole team. We're really trying to, just band together and get some wins. I mean, obviously, Blake got a fifth last weekend, and myself, and, I just think as a team, we're all enjoying like being here, and then we know, we still have another run left into it. So, we just got to continue to plug it away and get it done. So, we'll see. I think, again, I got to start winning, or start, having performances, me and the team, and then, again, kick it into gear again.
Everything within the team, though, I mean, you guys get along really well. It's not like it's crisis mode over there and everybody's against each other. I mean, all working for the common goal.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not an issue. We all, it's frustrating. We all are, it's just we all want to win, and I think the good part is that it's no finger pointing. It's not one reason, why this isn't happening. It's just a multitude of, things just got to click. It's like, once those things happen, then, we're all celebrating and stuff. And, I just know how I was in 13. I struggled all year, maybe not this bad, but I struggled all year. And then all of a sudden, it's just racing and racing, getting those 10ths and 5ths, and then I end up winning a race, and the next thing you know, we're competitive, and then 14 comes around, and we're out there winning the races. So it's just a matter of just plugging away. I mean, if you give up, you'll never succeed, and I'm definitely not doing that.